Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace.
Protect your energy.
Shoot, man. Just living, man. I'm just really trying to ask the question again.
So what's been going on with you?
Man, I've been just living. You know what I'm saying? Just getting myself ready for this big transition. Trying to spend time with the people who are important to me. Just showing love. I did find that, like, I really, like, we was talking about, like, what we want to do for the world. Like, how we want to change the world, or, like, you know, I want to do this for everybody. Peace and love is really the two terms I've been dwelling on. Like, I want my interactions with people to be peaceful. I want them to feel peace when I'm around. I also want them to feel love when I'm around. So I think those are kind of my words, like, moving forward. Like, that's kind of where I'm going to be on, I guess.
Try to have a little mantra around that?
Yeah, peace and love. You know, I think it's going to be my departure.
Sound like love.
Sound like love. I think it's going to be
Brother
like,
love.
you know what I'm saying? You know how people peace out? It's just, I'm going to just start giving peace and love. You leave, peace and love to you. Peace and love.
Assalamu alaikum, sister love. Sister
Basically,
love over here.
Salaikum, what is it?
All right,
Dang, I ain't gonna mess it up. Never mind. What's been up with you, man?
Same. Living life. Trying to get ready, to get my mind right. I say this every time about a routine, but you know, it's slowly coming together. But I can definitely establish one. I gotta hold myself accountable and go ahead and get one together. So again, just taking my time, trying to keep figuring out where I want to put my focus and stuff, but I just got to get pen to paper, old school style, and write some stuff down, man. I think I got a lot of thoughts, and I've been really like go with the flow a lot of my life, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I mean, clearly it can get me to very comfortable places for me, but I'm trying to get uncomfortable, baby. I'm ready to get uncomfortable. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just continuing to test it. So I want to start getting some routines and stuff together. So I keep saying it, but I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it, hold myself accountable. So I just keep contemplating on that and how I'm going to do it. And just, I think it's difficult for me. It's always been difficult figuring out like what I want, because I keep thinking that like I can just kind of think about it long enough and it'll just come to me, but I need to take my own advice and just keep trialing stuff out, and I think it'll just reveal itself.
Absolutely, man. You got it. The thing is, like, I feel like we getting a lot of knowledge, and like we been reading books and we got all the stuff in our head, but applying it is just not as streamlined as I would have thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, it was like, once I get the knowledge and I get the tools, it's just gonna be like, pow, I can do this, and this, boom, we good. And it's not been that way. So just a little bit of encouragement to myself more so than anybody is that, like, that's okay. Allow yourself grace. It ain't always just gonna fall into place, but it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what I'm trying to keep my focus on, because it's easy to just get defeated. Like, this shit ain't doing nothing. Like, ain't nothing happening. But it is. You just keep grinding. It's the grind for sure.
What do you do to, I guess, cheer yourself up or stay in a positive mood? Like, what works for you?
A positive mood is probably like just family friend time. Probably is like positive mood, just because most of the people in my life are like positive people, and they encourage me in a lot of different ways, or they motivate me. So just kind of being around them, like, it's times where, you know, I'm just like, hey, P, let's go sit outside for a second. Let's talk, just because I know you motivate me in a way, or you have a very positive attitude. So I think just being around some people that or all the people that I surrounded myself with for the most part. Just being around those people kind of get me to that positive space or back to that place where it's like, Lindsay, it's okay. Don't think your world is crashing and you doing horrible. Like, you good. What about you?
Music.
Okay.
Music does that for me. I think taking, even if it's like 2 minutes to just think for a second and just think about gratitude gets me back positive, being grateful for some stuff. Like,
That's
I
a
think a
good
lot
one.
of times people say the same stuff, so it's just thinking about a quick one that I think some people use or that I use sometimes is thinking about where you were a year ago, 2 years ago, a month ago, 5 years ago, the things you wanted 5 years ago. What did you want 5 years ago that you might have now that you were praying so hard about? You was wanting and desiring so much. Like,
Yeah,
I think that immediately kind of gets you in a positive mindset sometimes.
for sure.
So just
What's one thing you
reflecting
ain't
on
had
that.
5 years ago that you got now?
Ooh, I'm kind of bad with time. Let's see, it's 2022. That would be 2015 plus 2 is 2017. That's 5 back. See how I did that? That's 2017. In 2017, I was in Texas. I got a new job. I got a new job. So the first time I moved to Texas, I took like the first thing smoking with a company, which again, it wasn't a bad job, but I took a night shift job just to get to Texas. In my company that I'm in now, working third shift. So I took that just to get out of my situation. And I have prayed for that so hard to get out of the Midwest, to get to Texas and stuff. And then even when I had that job, before I even accepted the offer on that third shift, I was like, oh, this is all I need is a something in the door.
Yeah.
So I got in the door. I stayed in that role exactly 11 months. Like, got to the 8th month mark, 9-month mark, started applying for jobs, out of there, and like, so just having literally a plan like that, even if it was a subtle plan, and I didn't stress about it at all. Now that I be thinking about like 2017 in Indiana,
Facts.
I had urgency to get out, but I literally didn't like apply myself too much. I just believe so much that Indiana is not where I'm going to be. My environment said it.
Facts.
I'll even put it to my place in Fort Worth. Everybody would always come over and be like, "Parents, why you don't decorate? Because this ain't my house. I need to be ready to go. I do not live here." Like, it was just like, this is not, it
It's
don't need to be
temporary,
comfortable. I'm not staying here long. So just doing little stuff like that. I got to get back in that just like Zen mindset of just like doing stuff that I know aligns with that, but it all starts with a plan. So
Speaking of Zen, welcome back to the Zen Trap. It's a Zen Trap Chat for you. I'm one of your hosts, Yogi LG.
Zen P over here.
We back. We just want to chop it up with you, see how your week going, talk a little bit. I'm gonna tell you one thing I realized that like I wanted some time ago, and it's happening.
Yeah. Well, same question for you. What you
Yeah.
want 5 years ago that you got now?
If I go 5 years ago, dang, it's kind of the same. Like, I was ready to leave Kentucky. I had to go. I had to get out of Kentucky.
You weren't there in 2017, were you?
Yeah, I got here 2018 April. You came December 2017. Yeah, I came 5 months later, 4 months later.
That's crazy. I just feel like that January was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
long.
yeah.
And I just thought you was here for
No,
that.
I wasn't.
Ooh,
I
okay.
wasn't. Yeah, so I got here in 2018. So yeah, that's definitely something. All them years in Kentucky, I was kind of ready to go. I made some great friendships, great bonds, but I knew that wasn't my spot. But even something closer, I remember like the day I was standing in my cubicle, my coworker next to me, and we were just talking about like so many ways to make money out here, right? And I was like, yeah, people just make money on anything. Like, I was like, I need to find something that I'm good at. And they was like, Lindsay, you should like be a talk show host or something. I was like, I think I'm gonna do a podcast. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do no podcast. And I was like,
5 years ago.
it's probably about 3.5,
Three and a
maybe 3.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that dude changed twice. Yeah, so probably about 3.5 years ago. I was like, yeah, maybe I can. I could do a podcast. I don't know what it's gonna be about. That's all I
I
can
tell you
say.
this, I used to always say I'm not gonna own a business.
Never.
I would say that
Hey,
emphatically in
same.
2014.
Just because I was like, being an entrepreneur seems hard. It seemed like a lot of work.
It wasn't a hard part for me. It was a little bit of the hard part, but it's more so I need to believe in something to want it to be my own thing. So I had definitely a tough time in 2014, 2012, just finding something that I believe in enough to start it on my own versus just working for a company or something.
Yeah.
Like
Cause I think you got to be passionate about it to do it every day and know that if you don't grind, it don't get done.
yeah, it's like sports.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
got to care
sports.
about
Like,
it for sure.
if you play a sport in college, everybody knows it's like year round. Like the conditioning, the off season is a season. Like
Absolutely.
that's what owning a business is. It's the same thing. Like unless you found a way to get it to work for you and work yourself out of a job, that even doing that, it takes a certain point. Like it takes groundwork to get to that point, and it's just it's just something that I never really desired. But I always have people, again, people telling you like, oh, you should really do this because you could help this person. It's just be like, nah, it's not what I want right then. Yeah. Which I'm not mad at. I definitely didn't want it. I didn't desire it at all. It wasn't even a second thought.
I remember I met Harrison Barnes randomly at something in Dallas, and I remember asking him like, dang, what kind of vacation you got planned for the off season? What you about to get into? He was like, nah, I'm about to work. I was like, what you mean? He was like, I got a session right now. Like, I'm about to go. I work during the off season. That's my time to really like invest in myself. And he was like, during the season, like we going. You just got to play. You don't really got time to develop and stuff. So he was like, the off season is the grind. I was like, dang, that was the first time. It kind of, of course, NBA players they take vacations, right? But I think you saying that just really spoke to me. It's really ain't no off season.
Yeah,
it's a season in itself. So
yeah,
that's real.
Yeah. So I guess for people out there, some things you can kind of like ponder on is like, I guess taking a moment and thinking about where you came from, some of the stuff you used to pray about, some of the stuff you used to didn't have that you have now that you can be grateful about. And if you can't think of something back then think of something like now at any part in your life that
a year ago.
Whatever the time frame. What's like two things that like you used to didn't have, whether it be a car, a new job, a new person in your life, getting out of a city in a new area.
Maybe you finally let go of that baby mama, that baby daddy.
A new record drop.
Come on now.
Or, I don't know, a lump sum of money, a raise. It's losing some weight.
Whatever. Maybe you used to didn't put lotion on in the morning, and now you do.
Learning how to skate.
Improvement.
I feel like it's a lot of people out there learning how to skate. Like, I don't know what it is about the pandemic. I think people been seeing skating videos.
Yeah, man.
And everybody want to learn how to skate.
Everybody want to be smooth.
All right, you be skating in that recession outside. No, I'm just playing. You still gonna be having fun though.
Hey, serious about that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just wanted to talk to y'all for a little bit. So this has been another. I mean, you got something else for him?
Nah, man, that's good, man. Hey, all I'm saying on top of that is when you think about that moment, be grateful for that moment. Be grateful, genuinely grateful for the fact that you've improved or changed or moved out of that situation. Give yourself some props on that. Like, applaud yourself. Take some time to just really be positive about that and be grateful for where you at and where you came from. For sure.
For sure. Just to, again, leave y'all with some other kind of, I ain't gonna say like news, but just to let you know, like, we're going to get better at this as well. Like, this is kind of a little bit of I ain't even going to call it an intermission first, but just know that we, just like the Zen Trap Travel and stuff, the PYPPYE music video, like, we got stuff coming. I think we've done a good job of laying the foundation and trying to figure out how some of this stuff worked. But we got plenty of other stuff to try, and we got some stuff coming.
Hey. Get ready. Zen Trap taking off.
Hey, just been another Zen Trap Chat.
Holla at us. I'm one of your two hosts, Yogi LG.
Zen P, man. Go hit that zentrappers.com. Get you a t-shirt or something.
Shop with us, Black Enterprise. Remember to protect your peace.
Protect your energy.
It's the Zen Trap.
Howdy.
We out.